So over the years, I've had the pleasure of using many smartphones, whether that's the Huawei P40 Pro, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, the Oppo Find X2 Pro, all of these flagship level smartphones from this year with 90Hz AMOLED displays or higher. And I've done videos on those smartphones, so do check out the other channel that I run called GN Tech above if you want to see more tech-centric videos. But I want to focus here on IPS LCD displays versus AMOLED displays at a budget. Now, the more I've tested budget smartphones like the Realme 6, that's the very recent one that I've tested, I've started to realize whether or not you need an AMOLED display at a budget price tag, or whether the high refresh rate is the better option. Now, I'll tell you why the high refresh rate is the better option, and I'll give you 2 or 3 reasons. The first one being everything just feels smoother. On a 90Hz panel, everything looks extremely smooth and fluid. So it doesn't matter what sort of processor you're using, just the screen in general makes everything flow better, and I think that's one of the major reasons why the IPS LCD at 90Hz makes a difference. The second reason that I want to point out is the fingerprint scanner. Now, as we all know, IPS LCD panels cannot equip a fingerprint scanner underneath the display. With AMOLED displays, even budget smartphones go for an in-screen fingerprint scanner because they want to market their phone to be the best out there, competing with the flagship who also have an in-screen fingerprint scanner. Most of the time though, the in-screen fingerprint scanner on budget smartphones doesn't quite work as well, whereas if you use an IPS LCD display with a 90Hz panel, you can stick in a fingerprint scanner on the back of the phone, on the side of the phone, and what's more is that the fingerprint scanner is going to be miles better than the in-screen fingerprint scanner that you see on even flagships like the P40 Pro and the S20 Ultra, because the in-screen scanners just haven't got to the level the hardware fingerprint scanners have got to over the couple of years that they've been perfected. And the last reason I want to mention, and this sort of might be debatable, is that software can make videos on an IPS LCD panel look better. So yes, when you look at videos specifically, AMOLED panels are the best. They pop, they give you good saturation in videos, but with other software coming out, so we've got the OSIE effect on Realme smartphones and Oppo smartphones in general, those other smartphones that I've used, that sort of enhances the videos you're looking at, and it doesn't quite replicate the AMOLED levels, but with improvements in software, you could see budget smartphones with an IPS LCD 90Hz display replicating the colors on an AMOLED display when you're comparing the same budget. So I think those 3 reasons in general make me sway towards IPS LCD panels with 90Hz, and the fact that most flagships nowadays are marketing the 90Hz and the 120Hz displays. So if smartphones and budget smartphones in general want to stick to these high-end smartphones on their tail, they need to have the best displays, because at the end of the day, you're not looking at videos on your smartphone 24/7. You're probably browsing through social media, looking at the newsfeed, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff. And I think multimedia consumption sort of comes second when it comes to budget smartphones in general, because most of these budget smartphones don't even have dual stereo speakers. So what's the point of having an AMOLED panel that has great colors but not coupling that with stereo speakers? With stereo speakers, that sort of brings about a different debate, but I still think the IPS LCD panel with a higher refresh rate is the way to go. So if you're a manufacturer looking at my video, I don't know why you would do that, but if you're Poco, if you're Realme, if you're that new brand that wants to take the market by storm with their new smartphone, do make sure that the smartphone you're making has an IPS LCD panel with a 90Hz or a 120Hz refresh rate, because if you want to make sure that it's a budget smartphone, it's a hit in the budget category, go with that. But if you're making a flagship smartphone that has the best features out there, definitely don't hesitate. Stick to an AMOLED panel with a high refresh rate, pay the extra cost, and then obviously that transfers to the consumer, who also has to pay a higher amount for the phone. But I think those were my thoughts on the debate between the IPS LCD 90Hz and the AMOLED 60Hz. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Make sure to comment on this setup. I know it's a very rudimentary setup so far. I'm starting to improve it. Leave your feedback down in the comments as well. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, hopefully every 1 or 2 days. I want to stick to a routine and make sure I upload on this channel, and let's see where it goes in maybe a week, a month, and even a year. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Adios.